Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're waiting on the host, Edward Denzel. Wait, I was trying to think. I don't think I do though. I think I deleted them all. That has saved my laptop. Yep. Yep, everything I saved from my laptop I've deleted here recently. Dang it. So, everyone knows about Summer Wells' case. She's been missing for 5 years. She was 5 years old when she went missing. And I hear that's the spies. So while we wait for Mr. Ed, I will play some music. Oh, wow. I updated this. Oh, I can't hear it.
Oh Lord, hear the cry of a mother tonight. Her hands still tremble where she held her life. 5 long years and the shadows stay, but she whispers Summer's name as she kneels to pray. And a father stands with a breaking heart, trying to hold the pieces that fell apart. He calls for his daughter in the quiet air, saying, God, please find her, please meet her there. Bring our baby home, Lord, guide her through the dark. Hold her in your mercy, keep her in your heart. For every tear we've cried, for every night alone, we lift this prayer to heaven. Bring our baby home. Brothers miss her laughter, the way she'd run. The house feels colder without their little one. They look to the sky where the moon hangs low, hoping she sees it too wherever she may go. When the world throws stones and the voices roar, you've seen their pain, Lord, they can't take much more. Wrap them in your arms when the nights get long. Give them strength to stand, give them hope to hold on. Bring our baby home, Lord, guide her through the dark. Hold her in your mercy, keep her in your heart. If she's in your arms now, let your comfort flow. And if she walks this earth still, bring our baby home. Summer moon, sweet child of grace, may God shine light upon your face. And until the day
I was
your
answering you
path
too.
is known.
You ain't gotta be rude in my chat. Channel 3. I was answering your question. You ain't gotta be rude. And I'm not gonna deal with anyone being rude in my chat tonight. Um, I have picked out a couple of cases. I don't know which ones Ed's gonna want to go over, and I started a little early without him. Let me see here. Oh, and he can't come if I don't send him the link. Give me a minute, guys. Hey, King Han, how you doing, sis? So you see, we have someone chill on his Channel 3 News, ESTN. Okay, what did I do here? I just stage. Why is it not working? Okay.
Hey, D.
What happened?
Hello, D.
Hello, Ed.
I've been sitting here
Just a
this
second.
whole time.
I'm
Where have
making
you
you
been?
bigger. I'm making me smaller.
I've been sitting here this whole time, D. Where have you been?
For some reason, I am lagging tonight. Crazy, crazy, crazy. We got Miss Can Can in the audience.
Okay. Hello.
That'd be Candace Wells.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me,
Yes.
D?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. You weren't laughing at any of my jokes, so I was worried.
Well, for some reason, we had a little bit of a lag, but we're good now.
Okay. All right. Well, I thought it might just been because we're in different time zones.
Oh. Well, how was your soccer stuff?
Well, I was at trivia tonight, and my team came this close to winning $100. We blew it on the last question. No help from with a little help from me. So it happens. We had a great season. We were in first place. We get the final question right. Most likely, we won $100. Couldn't get it right. The first and only final question we missed this entire season out of 12
Well,
weeks.
that's good. I mean,
Yeah. Oh boy. What are you gonna do? You know, we narrowed it. It was multiple choice. We narrowed it down to one of two answers, and we picked the wrong one. We had 50-50 chance and blew it.
yeah.
So,
I mean, Death went and played disc golf yesterday and
did he?
trying to get the hole in one, and instead of playing like he should have played because he's after that hole in one. Yep.
What'd he do? He took a bogey?
I figure. He said it. I asked him how he did, and he's like, not very well. I was like, okay.
Okay. I haven't played for a while. I've put it on the back burner for a little bit.
Oh. He does. He really enjoys playing disc golf. That is one thing that I can say is disc golf, and for some reason, him helping people is his calling, and I don't get it because
Okay.
he has such. Well, I mean, he has such a warped sense of. Well, I guess not, because you're kind of like him about it, about death, you know. And he's like, "Well, I've become numb to it." And I'm like, no, no. Maybe it's him losing his dad at an early age or something that caused it. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I don't deal well with it. And what I have dealt with, throughout my life, it has been very, very traumatic to me.
Okay.
And
Wow, we went deep all of a sudden. Wow. Okay. I should have
oh
brought
no, not deep, not
my-
deep,
I
not deep
should
at
have
all.
brought my scuba gear.
You can ask Can, not deep at all, because me and her have really gotten into some interesting conversations.
Okay. What is going on since you and I last got together last Thursday? Of course, it's a Wednesday night, a little bit different time this week.
Well, not a whole lot.
Have you gone to any fires yet?
No.
What's the deal? You join and no more fires, or what happened?
I think that's it. We've been too wet. This has been a wet spring, and I think maybe later on in the year, if it starts drying out any, which I hear Florida over there has a hurricane coming at you.
Do we?
Yes,
That's
you
new
guys.
to me. I have to check it out. I could only hope so.
Down by Fort Myers.
I don't know. That's news to me, D. I was at trivia tonight. Nobody was talking about it. Fort Myers is right down the street.
I think I heard Fort Myers. If Mama Bear was in here, I could ask her, but she's not.
I don't think so, D. Let's see what it says.
I could double sure here.
Nope. Tropics remain quiet as Florida prepares for very hot weekend.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me look at something then. Because I have something that says breaking news. Of course, then again, it came from Newsbite. Never mind. Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind after I seen where it came from.
Okay. You got to stop getting those news reports from Mars, D.
They keep sending them wrong.
Keep beaming them to you from Mars. You're getting to pick them up.
Oh, you live in the mountains of southwest Pennsylvania. And it's been cold and rainy. KB in the chat.
I am from southwestern Pennsylvania, and I have no idea what's going on there.
Oh,
I'm not-
I put her up on your screen there.
Oh, I see. I live in the mountains of South. Where in the mountains of southwest Pennsylvania? Where is this? Where is KB? Because I'm originally from. Yeah, Shanksville. Shanksville is where the one plane crashed on September 11th, right? Right? Isn't that Shanksville?
I'm going to mute myself for a minute.
Here we go. Train. The plane, right? Yeah, I know where that is. Never been there. I know where that is, though. Okay. Yeah, Flight 93. Thank you. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I am originally from northeast of Pittsburgh. But I haven't lived there since 1998. So it's been a while.
Wow.
But yeah, Shanksville, you're seeing there, D. That's where the Flight 93 crashed.
Uh-huh.
Where the passengers took over the plane. You know, it was hijacked. Yeah, that's where that plane crashed.
Because there was 3 planes that day, right?
4.
There were hijacked 4? Okay. I can't remember if it was 3 or 4. Don't shoot the person.
2 New York, 1 Washington, D.C., and 1 in Pennsylvania.
Swear to God, he has blown the horn all the way through town this time.
He knows you're on. He knows.
I swear, he knows it.
He's probably a subscriber to your channel, D.
KB, are you the train?
Never found any bodies.
Well, that's a good thing.
Don't know what that means. But so no fires. Maybe you're good luck, D. You joined the fire department, no more fires. Maybe that is your secret superpower.
Looks like KB's going to take care of it in chat.
I'm not touching it. Yeah, you may be good luck, D. You joined the fire department, no more fires.
I don't know.
That would be something, right? That would be pretty cool.
Oh, no bodies were found after the plane crashed. Okay. That's very interesting, but okay. That's just like me one day trying to come up with an idea of how to make fuel that goes into planes where it won't burn or explode.
We tried that.
I've been trying to come up with
We actually tried that back in the 70s and 80s. In fact, there's a very famous film of that, them remotely crashing an unoccupied jet into the desert to see if it would work. It didn't work.
Oh. Well, the reason why I came up with this thought is because I'm a Patsy Cline fanatic. Always have been.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hanging my head in shame, I know. But hey, guess what? Me and Death have been playing music trivia, and I've been doing pretty good.
Yeah. What kind of music, though?
All different genres. Like, I'm good with all genres of music.
Okay.
I'm not just a country fan or a rock. I like it all.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we listened to Mr. whatever, the Opus, Mr. whatever it is, Opus. I can't think of the name of it.
Mr. Holland's Opus?
Yes.
The movie?
Earlier. Yes.
You listened to the soundtrack of that?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, D.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen the movie with Richard Dreyfuss and everything.
One of my most favorite movies in the world.
Know anything about any soundtrack or anything.
Yes. So, I'm getting better. He's got kind of a good laugh at me sometimes because, like, country, I can know him. Now, there's certain ones with, like, The Rock. The other night, I was like, I can get, like, the song title, but the name of who sung it, I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm getting better. I'm proud of myself.
Okay. Sometimes we have music questions. We had a couple music questions tonight. Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very proud of myself.
Okay.
So what's been going on your end?
Watching a lot of soccer, D. Watching a lot of soccer. I'll admit it. In fact, last was it Friday? My brother and I went down to a bar in downtown St. Pete to watch the soccer game. United States against Australia. In fact, we're going to do that tomorrow night too. That's why, I made the suggestion.
Yeah.
So tomorrow night, we're going to go back down to St. Pete. United States is playing Turkey. It doesn't mean anything. United States has already moved on to the next round, but they have one more game to play anyway. And they're playing Turkey, or as they say now, Turkey A, or, you don't call the country Turkey anymore, if anybody's wondering. So they're playing them tomorrow night, and my brother and I will be there. Well, at a bar to watch it. We won't be where the game is actually being played. So, been watching a lot of soccer, and made a couple of appearances, recordings since we last got together. Appearance with my friend Jeff Wise on his YouTube channel. And
Yes.
then there is a show called Midnight Mystery Archive with, I didn't know him. He just emailed me out of the blue, asked me if I wanted to talk about the disappearance of Regina Marie Boz. Said, why not? And so we did that recording last Friday. It came out today. So I've been doing, spreading the skills around, spreading the unfound love around.
Well, I laugh at stupid YouTubers in Arizona, so hey.
Mm-hmm. Right. Hopefully I'm avoiding anything like that.
Now I have another question for you.
Go ahead.
Before we get into all these tonight, really, really quick. So what was I going to ask you? It was over. You know about the letters, the ransom letters that Savannah came out and talked about.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that they're going with the thing that Nancy is dead.
Yeah, I saw that one in the ransom letter seems to intimate that she is deceased or has been deceased for a while or died not long after she disappeared.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was just very interesting. And, Savannah is really torn up about it. Just I saw her on the Today Show because I went back and rewatched it because everyone's talking about it, and she broke down, and I was just like, oh my God. What if everyone's right? What if it was one of the family members and I'm wrong?
First of all, I can understand that. I'm not going to say that our emotions are wrong, but, the rest of us all have to be objective about this.
Uh-huh.
And what are the reasons to believe? I'm inclined to believe that Nancy Guthrie isn't alive anymore either. But I don't know. I didn't have anything to do with her kidnapping. But I think from a statistical point of view, I would say that it's probably very likely that she's deceased.
Yes.
So I don't think that whoever wrote that note, or however they mail it, I don't even know. Is that very insightful to me? No, I don't think it takes any. You don't have to have caused the kidnapping to write that.
That's not what I meant by it. My thing is everyone has attacked Annie and Tommaso. And I'm like, what if they're right? And I'm the one sitting here going, no.
I think we have to define not everybody, just a very, very, very small percentage of kooks have attack people who don't have anything better to do, but who think they know everything about everything.
Uh-huh.
And I think if we were to get to know these people intimately, would think, what, maybe people with glass houses shouldn't throw rocks.
Yeah, I can see that one.
So
maybe my thoughts are.
I have no respect for any of these people at any level. Zero.
I don't either.
Less than zero, but they really think they're constructive and everything else. That doesn't mean a family member couldn't have done this. I don't think so.
I don't either. And I keep going, no. If something happened, it seems like it's been pulled off way too, too smoothly. Not saying it was a hitman either, but you know what I mean? It just too smooth.
I think, well, maybe it was pulled off smoothly. I think the reason we think that is because since February 1st, the person's gotten away with it. That doesn't necessarily mean it was done smoothly. It just means that they've gotten away with it till now. Right? And of course, neither you or I know what the police do. All we know is that nobody's been brought into custody. So maybe everything that is known about Nancy's kidnapping is out there. Maybe police may know more information than you and I do, but none of that information really is that helpful. So does it count as information or not? They're facts.
They treated it as a walk away. Think about
it. They're facts, but are they helpful?
Yeah.
It's no different than, I guess, if you walk into a murder scene, somebody's house, and there's somebody murdered on the floor, and it's obvious that the person has been stabbed to death. Well, there's a bunch of information in that house. How do you determine the information that's going to help you catch the killer, and what information in the house isn't going to be helpful at all?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I do.
So.
I do. But, and sometimes it's just like, I want to throw my hands up and be like, what am I am sitting here, I'm trying to get people to think logically, logically during an air logic situation, and it's,
I just don't think statistically it's very likely that a family member did it.
Yeah.
If she would have been murdered, if somebody, the circumstances were different, of course, things were different, they wouldn't be the same. If we didn't have video and it turned out that somebody went over there because Nancy didn't show up for church and walk in and there's been a break-in and the whole house has been tossed and she's in her bedroom on the floor, shot to death.
Yes. Or there are a lot of blood left on the bed somewhere, like with...
then I guess you have to start looking at that. But you have a video of the person who took her.
Uh-huh.
And although there is a mask, it still seems fairly obvious to me if this was a family member, you'd be able to tell.
I think so.
I have a fairly large family. I have two brothers and a sister. My brother and my sister and my one brother have kids. They now have kids. Of course, I have my father, I have my aunts and uncles. If they all put masks on, I would still know who all of them were. So if this was somebody in her family, everybody's just forgotten what her family looks like?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's been put out so much it's not even funny. What Tommaso and Annie both look like, and what Savannah's husband looks like, and what, Savannah's ex-husband looks like.
No. I just think if it was something like that, this would have been solved by now.
I think you're right.
No.
I think if it was more obvious, you know what I mean? From the get-go, they might have actually figured something out. And then I question, well, the blood on the doorsteps. Could that have been caused? Was that droppage? No.
Doesn't mean anything.
I know it. None of it means.
I've talked about this before with my own dad, who's around her age, and she's probably taking blood pressure medications with thins your skin. And for people that are taking that, it doesn't take anything for their skin to be cut. You just grab the person and just, not even in a violent way, like rub your palm against their skin will crack and they'll start bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean she's not deceased, but it doesn't mean she was killed in the house and then carried out or anything. It doesn't mean that.
So get out of the conspiracy theories. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Straight and narrow.
Yeah, I am. These things don't mean anything. They only mean things to certain people because certain people need shit to talk about.
This is true.
The beat, it's.
Yes.
I'm reminded of what my, if I've ever gone over to my brothers and watched a baseball game, and his wife Laureen's there. And, my brother likes to talk a lot. My brother Brian is a talker. And my sister-in-law will say to him, something like, you're talking the baseball out of baseball or something like that. And this is kind of like that. It's just people want to talk. They, it's almost like they have some mental condition.
Yeah.
Unless I'm on here, when we've talked about it, I got to admit, unless I happen to run across something like you're bringing up with this new note, if we're to believe it, I have to admit, I don't even think about Nancy Guthrie.
I believe it. I believe
and this
it.
Is the work. This is the work I do. I don't even think about it.
I do believe it. I believe it.
I hear those crickets or whatever, D.
Yeah, all of a sudden the cicadas come out.
Are the cicadas or crickets or what are they?
Cicadas.
What, they want to be a guest on the show too?
Yeah, it's that time of year.
They want to be reviewed.
It's that time of year.
Yeah. Okay.
So which one did you want to start with?
Let's just start with this first one, Barbara Stauffer. I looked at these. The one on Lydia Harper is so complicated. Wow. I mean, that has to have one of the longest pages on the Charlie Project.
Oh.
Lydia Harper. Oh, my goodness. So let's just talk a little bit about Barbara Stauffer. I'll just read what it says on the Charlie Project. Barbara Stauffer was last seen in Howardville, Missouri at 5:18 p.m. on August 20th, 2013. She was driving a green four-door 1997 Volvo 850 GLT, which may be a station wagon. When an expired Missouri license plate numbered, whatever, headed southbound on Highway 61. She's been never heard from again. Her license had expired at the time of her disappearance. She still chose to drive. Several months before she went missing, she accidentally drove her vehicle off the boat ramp parking lot onto some rocks, and it had to be pulled out by a tow truck. Authorities have searched for her in the Mississippi River multiple times and removed at least 4 cars, none of which turned out to be hers. Her case remains unsolved. I think that I also read somewhere that she might have been suffering from depression. And, so there's that, and maybe even having some mental faculty problems on top of that. When you have a person who doesn't mind driving without a license, and then also on top of that, accidentally drives her vehicle off a boat ramp and then continues to drive. On top of that, it doesn't seem like anybody around her had the courage to take her keys away. This is going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reason why me and my sister took my mom's keys away.
Yeah.
My sister was following behind my mom, and my mom was going 90 miles an hour. Yeah. She pulled her over. She was like, get out.
Mm-hmm.
And she went and got one of her friends to drive my mom's car because my mother was driving, a bazillion miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean, a few years ago, 2022, I had to take my dad's keys away for a little bit because he got screwed over at a hospital and they took his keys away, or he took his license away. And you do not want to know how ugly it got
Oh, I can imagine your
I went
dad.
up there and took his keys away because he was dead set on continuing to drive without a license. And I had to take his keys away. You do not even want to know the words that he said to me. It was as ugly gets.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine.
So, you got to have the courage to do that. Obviously, nobody around Barbara had to do that. And now we have a disappearance. If somebody would have had the courage to do that, now granted, this is 13 years ago. Maybe she would be dead through natural causes or something, but she wouldn't have disappeared in 2013. And see, this is what happens when people don't have spines. I'm going to answer KB's question. What kind of work do you do, Ed? I host the podcast Unfound. I've been doing disappearances for 10 years. I teach college classes on missing persons cases, testified in a murder trial. I've been on TV a few times. Nothing, have everything to do with disappearances. Right, D?
Yes, sir.
That's what I do.
This is what he does.
That is what I do. So there's that part of it. And you might remember, D, we covered the disappearance of David Hardy Jr. Same situation. Took off. Of course, his car was found. He was not. But we had it was a situation where he had gotten lost before and his family had to go get him. No courage to take the keys away from him.
Oh, wow.
That was a disappearance from Louisiana, maybe Mississippi, Louisiana, somewhere in there.
I think it was Louisiana.
And he's still missing. You got to do these things. But the other part of this is, being that they did do, I guess, some searching. They went into some rivers and thinking she might be there in her car. And I continue to say that I have a lot of respect for these people, these scuba, people, groups who have gone out for free and gone and looking for people, going into a variety of lakes and rivers and everything else. And I give them all the credit in the world, but it's something that is not perfect. These groups obviously do their homework and look at maps and try to figure out what are the best places to, dive into. The problem is when you go to those areas and you don't find anything, what do you do next? Good luck figuring that out. Diving in what is seemed to be the most likely places is a good plan until it doesn't work. It's not a foolproof plan. It's not a magic bullet. It's not something that's guaranteed to find anybody at any time. It's constructive. It's something to do, and it surely has exposed that police don't do everything they say they've done. We've done everything to find, the person. No, you haven't. And I'm certainly happy about that these scuba groups have done this. But we just have to remember, if they fail, you're back to square one. And it sounds to me, especially since this disappearance is 13 years old, that they're probably back to square one on this. So
I just think that the whole thing is we wouldn't be in this situation if they would have took her keys.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
Yep. I forget. Let me see here something if I can find something. Hold on a second. She was 83 years old.
Yeah.
Of course, my dad's 89. When I took his keys away that time, he was like 85. So if she was already wrecking and everything, it's not crazy to think that her keys should have been taken. Maybe she's 50. Maybe there's something else going on there. And it does say, here's where it says, this is where I got that. Barbara suffered from bipolar disorder and depression. It could be anywhere. She could have gone anywhere. As long as there was gas in the tank, she could have gone anywhere.
She would be more of a walk off to me. I mean, you know what I mean? If she didn't go off into the water,
Maybe
I
you're
hate to
right.
say that.
You don't. You take the keys away, and she decides to walk off. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Either way, I think she was either her, she had lived her life and she knew she had lived her life.
Could be. Maybe it very well could be. She thought she was becoming too. I mean, people do that. People think that they're becoming too much of a burden on the people around them, and boom,
Yep.
they're gone. It happens.
Yeah.
But maybe that was why she was depressed and everything. I don't know.
Could be that
But,
her family really wasn't spending that much time with her. I mean, it's the same time.
yeah. So I just don't think this doesn't sound like foul play to me. This doesn't. Of course, that she was 83, she'd be 95 now. I guess it's possible she's still alive. Went somewhere, but it seems very, very unlikely. And I think we have to be open to the idea that when the car went onto these rocks at this boat ramp earlier that year, it very well may be that she was trying to commit suicide there and didn't accomplish it.
Yeah.
And successfully did it this time. I mean, we'd need to know what exactly happened. Did she say that she didn't put the car in park? I mean, what was her story about the car going onto these rocks? Would have to know.
Was she having vision problems? Do we know that? Obviously not. You still there?
I am. I'm
You-
listening. I'm
you had
listening.
that look.
To you. I'm listening to you, D.
Oh, I so wish the right mics would have came in today. We wouldn't be hearing this, or y'all wouldn't be hearing this.
What do you
Um,
mean? Did you get something? What do you mean?
Microphones. There's little bitty miniature microphones that you can plug into your phone or into your laptop,
Okay.
and they're supposed to be noise canceling. So,
Oh, are they? And did you order some?
yes,
Oh, you didn't tell me about this, D. When was I going to find out?
yeah, I used them.
All right. Well, that's neat.
So, with her case, like I said, to me, I think it could have just been straightforward. She knew she had, just like with my dad, I think he knew he had entered the end stages of his medical problems and,
Yeah.
And did what he did. And it was what he did. Because months prior, he had talked to everybody about certain things and said certain things. And I was like, okay, yeah, it makes lots of sense. Now that hindsight's hindsight, because he's like, don't let your mom get rid of this. Don't let your mom get rid of that. And
Yeah.
now it's all gone.
It's just, of course, us, I know you're, like 10 years younger than I am, D.
Uh-huh.
We don't know what we're going to be like when we get to that time.
No.
Of course, a lot of people don't get to their 70s or their 80s.
No. They don't.
We don't know, the issues that we're going to have, whether physical or mental and everything else. I know for me that, if my biological parents are any indication, I'm going to have a clear mind right up till the day I die. The odds, I think, of me getting dementia, Alzheimer's, things like that, probably very, very low. And in fact, my brothers and my sister, well into their 70s, they still have all their minds, clear thinking and everything. So,
Well, see, that's just it. My mom, 86, she still has her mind. She
Mhm.
drives the rest of us out of ours because she can't see and she
Ah,
can't hear.
oh my.
Like literally, she can't see and she can't hear. So therefore, she's constantly louder than normal. And then where you talk loud back at her, why are you yelling at me?
Right.
So it's like I, I
Right.
don't I don't pity my poor sister who's taking care of her, but I do because I
Yeah.
understand how it can be.
Yeah. It's so weird. You watch like World War II, like documentaries or something, and you see these, young guys and everything, and they all grew to be old.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Here they are as young men, and they survived the war, and they came back, and they got jobs and all the things, and then you see them at at these, of course, many World War II vets are dying every day. There's not that many left. They were all young and everything, and now they're in wheelchairs and everything else. We're all going that direction if we live long enough.
yeah.
Somebody once said it's so bad that youth is wasted on the young. You know, so when it comes like this, I'm guessing that Barbara Stauffer, at one time in her life, in her 30s, probably looking at some woman in her 80s, is like, man, I'm never going to be like that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be able to drive a car, and I'm going to be able to do this, I'm going to be able to do that. And then Barbara Stauffer gets to be 80 something, and she's driving a car off a boat ramp and everything else.
Oh, my father used to make the comment that, at a certain age, that everyone in the United States should have to be retested for their driver's license.
I can't argue with that.
That everyone should have to go through
Right.
the
It's
written and the drive-in test again.
it's a privilege, not a right. It's not like freedom of speech.
Mhm.
You do not have the right to drive. That is something. It's a privilege to be able to drive on the public roads. Now, of course, we know people are gonna. You take their license, they're probably going to drive anyway, just like my dad wanted to do. And
Mhm.
I'm inclined to believe there are a lot of old people out there who are driving without driver's licenses. Um,
Uh-huh.
so, but so I don't know what that would necessarily stop, but that, as I've learned personally, just that one time, but you hear from a lot of people that that was really a defining moment in children and their parents, having to say, you know what, pops, I don't think you should be driving. It's really because that is the end of freedom, the
Well,
freedom
and
people have.
I remember one day I looked at him. I was like, "Just remember what you said about your brother, and you guys should have to retake your driving test. I think you should." He goes, "I can see," and I was like, "Okay." The next week, he's talking about the TV that isn't even on, and why do the people on the TV look dead? Dad, give me your driver's license now. Keys and driver's license.
Yeah.
Like, I seriously flipped out. He was like, I was just joking with her. She took me way too serious. I was like, yeah, well, I already told you what happened.
Right.
Yes, a lot of silver alerts do happen.
Yep. You see them. They're not that common in Florida anymore. I mean, they've really cut down on that alert system here in Florida. We never get any alerts anymore. You see the things like on those signs over the highways if you happen to be on one of those roads. But it seemed when I first moved here, man, we were getting buzzers on our phones all the time. Now, I bet
Yeah.
I haven't had my phone go off for any sort of alert in 5 years.
See, every once in a while, I have one go off. Every once in a while. But you can't tell me that people aren't going missing a lot. You know what I mean? More than just every once in a while.
Yeah, it's still, of course, it's still happening. I don't know. I have to look into that. Maybe that's a good topic for next Monday's live show. What has, at least here in Florida, I don't know what's going on in any other state because that's all state initiated. But here in Florida, like I said, it's been years
I'll
Since
see my friend Mama Bear said she doesn't get them either. And I was trying to think. Candace, last time I talked to her, she had one.
Hmm.
You know, she had one go off, and that was back in April. And like I said, every once in a while I'll have one go off, and it's an Amber Alert. You know, but other than that, not really. I have to stay on top of the scanner pages. You know, really on top of the scanner pages here to keep in contact with the missing person. You know, or if there's a missing person. Because I have a case that I would like to go over with you, and it was a silver alert out of here.
Yeah, tell me.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. Do.
You must have the cursor or something on your computer. Wait, let me see. Okay, never mind. That was
Why? What happened?
No, that's nothing. It was something on my screen. Oops.
Well, if I can find it.
Silver alert.
That's why I was looking for it. Nope, not that one.
In fact, while you're looking for that, I'm going to look this up. What happened to phone alerts in Florida? So the first thing that comes up is Florida terminated its contract with Everbridge, the tech vendor responsible for accidentally sending a statewide emergency test alert to cell phones at 4:45 a.m. I don't even remember that. I don't even remember that. That happened in 2023 sometime.
Oh. Okay, so the lady's name was, the only place I could find it is out of Tulsa. Ardmore Police issued a silver alert for a 59-year-old Dovey Rushin on Tuesday night. Officers say Dovey was wearing blue jeans, blue Academy sports uniform jacket when she disappeared. She was last seen working at the academy in Ardmore around 3 p.m. on Tuesday. Families say Dovey is diabetic and may have been endangered. You're sitting there shaking your head no.
No, I'm just saying, oh man, this sounds bad. No, I'm not. I'm shaking my head. I'm like, uh-oh, this sounds like trouble.
And the rest says, if you have any information, please call the Ardmore Police Department.
All right, so we don't have any information about her car?
Nope. I'll send it over to you.
Don't know.
Like I said, it's out of the Tulsa News, so I kind of trust it.
Yeah, I don't probably have known some people that are diabetic. I mean, it's not the type of thing that comes up in everyday conversation. But I do, of course, I think all of us know, even if we don't have diabetes, we know how sensitive that can be. And I can remember going back, wasn't too long after high school. I knew a girl from a different high school. Her mother was diabetic, and her mother always took care of her diabetes and everything, and she missed giving herself insulin, and she went into diabetic shock and died. That's the way I remember it. Maybe that's not exactly true. But that was what all of them, we thought at the time. And I just remember that pretty well. But that was my first, encounter with hearing about somebody who has diabetes that went into diabetic shock and died.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
It doesn't take, I don't. It probably depends on the person, but I don't think it takes a lot. To if you miss it, and who knows what can do.
Well, see, I lost a friend of mine that was the same age as my sister, which he would just now be in his early 40s. He, his way of controlling his not only was through a pump, but he refused to eat carbs. If it was anything with carbs in it, he wouldn't eat it because he didn't want to get heavy. And so his girlfriend said they went to sleep. She woke up and he was dead.
Yeah.
So he slipped off in a diabetic coma.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've seen it happen. It's sad. I mean, just like with Debbie, well, not Debbie, but with the case we were just talking about. I mean, all we know about is mental problems. We don't know, was she diabetic? Was there any other medical problems? Because, that can also impair someone. Believe it or not, a UTI, and this is coming from me being a CNA, a UTI can cause someone act completely unlike themselves, totally crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Once again, and it's not like I'm not a doctor. I just play one on your show, D. That I think there's some sort of period. It starts to come on, and what is it? Your blood levels drop, and it's not like you automatically. It's like turning off a light or something. It's like very gradual.
Yeah.
And it very well may be the person doesn't even know what he or she is doing at the time.
Yeah.
Or just, and if this was something diabetic, maybe she's not, maybe somebody abducted her or something. I don't know. But, my impression is when I hear about it regarding disappearances is that something like that happened and the person didn't know what he or she was doing and walked off or drove off and, thought they were doing, but they really didn't.
Yep. I mean, KB even says, "Oh, definitely UTIs." Yeah, I've had some with being a CNA. I've dealt with some really weird stuff, and that's one of them. Someone starts acting a little off, you start asking questions.
That is weird.
So,
yeah. But it doesn't really, I mean, if you have that kind of issue, it doesn't matter how old you are.
No.
She was 59. I don't think it matters if you're 29 or 79 or whatever. Yeah. It's all about the same.
Yes, a young person with a UTI can act just as nutty as an old person with a UTI, type thing,
Or diabetes and not taking their insulin, whatever else. It's all the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's sad that the family probably will never get the answers they're looking for.
Well, it's early. I mean, with this disappearance just happened, right, D? This one you sent me.
Did it just happen?
No, February. Oh no. This happened 6 years ago. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look. Where was this? The Academy Sports and Outdoors in Ardmore. Let's see. Let's take a look at the map on this. And then I'm going to have to call it a night. Sports and Outdoors, Ardmore. All right, here we go. Ardmore, Oklahoma. So that's where she was seen. Not many places she could go.
Nope.
Of course, the question is, of course, we need to find more information if you could on that D. We need to know more. Did she drive to work? Did she leave on time? There's a whole heck of a lot of blanks that need to be filled in on this that should be easy to find out. It's right there in the middle of Ardmore.
Yeah.
There's no river nearby. There's no big lake nearby. I mean, what was she doing?
We do have a lake on the outside of town, but I mean, either way, you would have, if she was driving, she would have had to drive herself to, the lake or even the rivers. So it would be easier to know.
There's just not enough information here, D.
I know.
That's
what I said.
If her car was still in the parking lot, I mean, we need to make sure this is not a disappearance that also has a car missing too. I guess is what I'm saying. Did people see her leave? Was she acting strangely before she left? Did she say anything weird? Or, we need all of that information. Before we start narrowing this down to the most statistically probable choices.
Like I said, I haven't really didn't do much more. Well, KOCO had it on there.
Yeah.
See if they had any more information on it. Police are looking for the 59-year-old who's been missing since Tuesday afternoon. Nope, same thing.
Yeah. All right, D. Well, I'm done for tonight. Good talking. Good talking to you. Although I didn't see you, you always get to see me, D.
Well,
that's okay. But this Friday we got another Atlantic Coast disappearance. Guy flying by himself to the Bahamas from Florida goes missing. He and the plane never seen again. I interviewed his son. So check that out on Friday.
That sounds almost as strange as the other one that I talked to you about. We've had some pretty strange ones that we've talked about, Ed.
We do. We find them.
Carol Baskin's husband, to be one.
Oh, that one, right?
That's
right. We talked about that a while ago. Is that one that I've ever analyzed? Maybe I need to put that on my list of one to analyze. I mean, I think I've already done that though. Analyzed that on the live show. I think I'll have to look that up. If I haven't, maybe I need to put that on the list. But I think I've talked about it in the past.
You're going to have a lot of people with their mouths wide open whenever you tell them your theory on it.
Well, I know what people are thinking, that there was foul play and all that. I like I said, I'll have to look over it. But as is usually the case, I'm sure that my belief will be pretty boring compared to everybody else's. Because I'm Mr. Boring.
Well,
All right, D. Good talking.
Ed's channel is the Unfound Network.
That's true.
Or the Unfound Podcast on YouTube.
Yep, theunfoundpodcast.com. Got a page. Got a discussion group on Facebook, Instagram. You name it.
And if you're following me, KB, whenever he drops the live on Monday, I will put it in my whatever, the notes you make on YouTube. Just watch for it.
Every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. And then every Friday he has a podcast.
2 p.m. Eastern is when those come out.
So.
Friday. All right, D. Good
All
night.
Right, Ed. Good night.
See ya.
Bye. Inbound podcast on YouTube. Just for the podcast, it's and I watch it on Spotify. I was putting that in there, but wherever you listen to podcasts, you should be able to find him. Ed is a very, very good guy. He would probably strangle me if he heard me say that about him. But guys, it was fun. Catch you guys maybe tomorrow sometime with another live. Laters.